People, Smitty at the shop. Yep, just got back from Copart with this gem. And if you look somewhere on the screen or at the end, or there'll be a link to another video explaining why I paid $20 more for this bike than I should have. But anyway, we're back from Copart. We just picked up this gem. This one was super cheap. This is, I know some of you guys that follow the channel, all 8 of you, are going, dude, you just bought one of these things. Yes, I did. Just a few months ago, I bought a 17 Street 500 Harley. This is a 2016 Street 750. It'll be interesting to see how this thing, how it rides compared to the 500. The 500 is gutless. But I bought this one just super cheap. Look at that, I fixed it already, so it's all better. This one, obviously somebody, I'm not really sure what they did. They ended up in the woods or something. It's got a little bit of cosmetic damage. And I'm really just looking at it for the first time because I was in a rush to get this thing hooked up at Copart because, and we got a little broken lever there. Replace. That's fine. We got a cell phone holder. Sure, why not? We got these mirrors. Just anyway, the handlebars are kind of crouched down here. Yeah, so let's. I'm sorry, I got sidetracked there. Let's look at this thing. So we got some scratches here. We might have to paint that. Those might be down through the clear coat. Looks like we took a little bit of dirt on there. The brunt of whatever happened here, looks like it got laid down, but the brunt of the damage, it looks like our crash bar absorbed and took on. Everything else looks fairly unscathed. Bike's in good shape too. It's got I want to say 3,000 miles. I'm sure the battery is dead. Yeah, of course. Oh, holy crap! Wow, it is not dead. There's a surprise. We got a little dirt in there. I wonder if something fell on this. Maybe a tree or something. 3,000 miles on it. It's 2016, 3,000 miles on it. So somebody did not ride this a lot. It looks like it's got some damage under the sticker here that was previously touched up. I don't really care about that. So what else? What else? Yeah, somebody off-roaded this thing. Some these pieces of tree and dirt. This crash bar also got a little bit of damage to it. Sorry, not really paying attention because I'm kind of looking at this in real time for the first time, as are, same as you guys. So the pipe is factory pipe, a little bit scratched up. That'll be easy to fix because we had similar damage on the Street 500 that I did, and I still have paint left over from that. So what are we looking at? Not a whole lot, to be honest with you. We'll probably just respray that, clean it up, respray it. We got a license plate on here. Well, help. Ah, there you go. Joyzy. That explains a lot. Yeah, interesting. This is a quick disconnect sissy bar. There just really isn't a lot to tell about this. I paid less than 4 digits for this thing. It was not a lot at all. So, all right, let's go about cleaning this thing up, and then getting down and dirty and reassessing it once she's all washed up here. All right, let's get the pressure washer out. Interesting. I mean, I did not see that. I mean, that's probably the most damaged part on it, besides that. that got scuffed down hard. What's weird though, again, it's on the top. I'm always curious when you buy something damaged like this. It's like, what exactly happened here? What is the story behind this damage? Yeah, let's, while we're wondering what happened, doesn't really matter. I didn't see if this thing will start, which I suppose I should. Oh, no, we had neutral. There's neutral. There's on. I hear the fuel pump kicking on. Where do these things? Oh, down here. Let's see what we got. And there you have it. It fired right up. It sounded a little bit noisy. I better check the fluids. Probably should have done that first. It sounded a little bit noisy, but honestly, that might be normal for one of these, especially with this quiet exhaust on it. All right, let's clean her up. Let's reassess. You know, bars, angle of bars is really preference. I noticed this with the 500. I prefer to have these bars jacked way up front like this. Obviously, they prefer to have them down low. I'm going to split the difference. And typically, I like to set them up so that they're at a reasonable angle with the forks. I'm going to leave that at that. If this were a bike I would riding, I would push these up. I thought each time I've sat on one of these little bikes, I thought they would benefit from a little bit higher bar. But again, that's just me personally. I haven't decided whether we're going to buy mirrors for this or clean these up. But anyway, first and foremost, that's much better. Just have to move the grips to straighten them out so they match the angle of the bars now. All right, so there's a close-up of those scratches. They are fairly deep. I don't know that we'll be able to get them out. There are some heavy compounds you can use. Of course, you risk blowing through the clear coat. What I use is this System 51. I'm real happy with this. I've used this for several years now. One of the reasons being is it doesn't contain abrasive, but it works like a regular cutting compound. It does take a little bit more work because it's not abrasive, but your risk of blowing through the clear coat is almost nil using this. It does a fantastic job, in my opinion. When I'm using a heavier cutting compound, I'll typically grab a 3M. But let's see how the 51 does on this, and we'll kind of take it from there. Let's start with these scratches right here. pressure. And you can see the ones that have gone through the clear coat. Well, that's taking some of the edge off of them. Yeah, and when you feel them with your fingernail will grab them, indicating that that's through the clear coat. Interestingly, which doesn't surprise me, so then we got like a rub mark here. Let's just hit that real quick. That'll probably come right out. And I would imagine what I'll end up doing is painting this tank, but let's see. One right there, as you can see. I mean, you can, if you're looking, you know, I'm up close, I can see the impression in the paint, but man, that made a huge difference. See, we get a couple different angles here just so you can see. Of course, the lights play tricks on you, but those scratches were right here. All right, I'm gonna work on this a little bit. I might hit these with a little bit heavier compound, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Oh my God! So what I decided to do, because I figured, why not? You know, so if I gotta repaint the tank, because I might be painting the fender anyway. Let me hit that with some 2000 grit wet paper, which I just did and just wiped it off. Now I'm gonna hit it one last time with this 51, and let's see what we get. Nice wet amount of nice wet amount of compound on here, and we're just going to buff out this 200. But you can see how nicely that came out. Or at least I think you can. If you look real close, you can see the impression of one of the scratches. Sure, it's not just a rag mark. Actually, I can't even. They're right there. I don't know if you can see that or not, but real happy with that. And then you can see where I haven't hit it yet with the compound is still dull. So I'm just going to, I'll wrap this up, then I'll show you the final outcome. I'm going to use that same piece of 2000 grit wet paper that I used on the tank. And I'm just going to scoop this up. This is a low production. And I guess we're going to have to touch up that back there too. Let's do this section first, and then I'll come back and hit that. It's not going to take a lot because we're just going to very lightly mist that. And just a little mist. Let that dry and we'll hit it once more. I don't know, you know, because I'm a colorblind guy. That fender looks slightly different. It doesn't seem to have the dark hues that the tank and the other fender do. Almost like this is more of a pearl, and it changes color. I don't know. What say you that are not color challenged? I don't know. I guess that's the same. I don't know. This is just the way the light hits it in the shadows. I'm going to go with they're the same. Well, it's a good thing we're not trying to save these strips because, wow, I just finally got them to move. But I had to split the inside of it. They got it gooped up with adhesive. That's why. No wonder. Holy crap. Look at all that adhesive. I basically had to split it, hammer it, and then get the channel locks on there. You can see why. They got a ton of adhesive on there. Sure enough, those levers are wrong. I don't know what the disconnect was there. I reordered a new set, but then also emailed the company. That's just in the interest of time, because I'm not going to sit around waiting a week for levers to show up. Let's see if these fit. These look like they should. They actually look identical to what I just pulled off of there. They have a rectangular area there that clips into the, you just got to be mindful of that when you put them on. So basically what I'm trying to do here is I'm using the small grinding wheel and I'm just trying to eliminate some of these deep gouges, which I've done up here. I'm just going to continue on this spot here and then we'll work on smoothing the rest of it down. Alright, so I did one quick coat of rattle can sealer over the bare metal. We'll follow that up with 2 coats of primer filler, also in the rattle can. And then we're going to see what we got from there. Alright, and if you could ignore the fact that those are already painted and bolted to the bike, I would appreciate that. We lost some footage somewhere. But there's the end result of that, a nice textured coating on there, which I scratched with my foot already. And in the other side also. Those came out real nice. Very happy about that. All right, people. Well, in the interest of time and constant weather delays in upstate New York, we're going to call this one done. I was hoping to take it out for a little quick ride. It just hasn't happened. It's April 6th today, and we've had snow for the last 2 days. So it's been crazy. But I want to finish this video up. So let's just go around this real quick. This was super easy. Just some cosmetic stuff needed to be done. We replaced that front fender with a matching used one that I grabbed on eBay. Cleaned up both of those engine guards and actually sprayed them with the Herculiner, so a light texture. And those things actually pop real nice outside in the sun. They actually get like a glitter to them, which looks cool on this metallic red bike. We cleaned up that pipe with some fresh paint. You'd never know that that was scratched up. So that looks good. Speaking of that gorgeous red paint, we cleaned up those scratches with some System 51, just compounded them out, and we got real lucky, and that just came out real nice and looks fantastic, in my opinion. What else? That was really about it. We put a couple of new levers on it. One of the levers was broken. We grabbed these Poison Scorpion. They got adjustable little wheels on them there. They're kind of cool little piece. They fit the bike, kind of sporty. And that is really going to do it for this. Not much else to tell there. This thing is ready to go up for sale, and as soon as the weather breaks, we'll be out front, and hopefully we'll put a new rider on this thing. So that's going to do it for this bike. Next one up is going to be the 2010 Harley Road Glide. And that bike is actually all done. Just it'll take me a little bit to put the video together. So that's going to do it. Again, this is a Street 750 Harley. I'm Smitty, and I'm out.